Do you feel like you're completely overwhelmed? Do you feel like you have so many tasks on your to-do list and before you even get done with a couple of them, so many more get added? Do you constantly find yourself to be indecisive, stuck in non-action, and completely confused by analysis paralysis? And one can only imagine the kind of downward spiral that will lead to, full of fear, confusion, and overwhelm. Well, I'm here to help you overcome overthinking in just three simple steps. Just three simple steps that help you come back to your own self. And who am I, you might ask? Hi, I'm Ankita, and I'm on a journey for the past 10 years to develop myself consciously and intentionally. And I'm on a mission to make this world a more joyous place this year. And I just want to share all that I've learned over the past 10 years to make sure your life becomes a little bit better, little bit more happy, and little bit more joyous. So if you like any of the content or points that I'm sharing here, please do like, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me where you're tuning in from. So here's the first step that I need you to take when you know you are overwhelmed. First step is to drop the anchor. When you're overthinking, in all probability, your emotions are dysregulated. And what we need to do is to make sure that your emotions are able to come back to the baseline foundational level. And when your emotionals are out of whack, you can rely on your physical body to help you get back to it. So what we are going to do is leverage the practice of grounding, which is rooted in mindfulness, to be able to get you there. Now, there are a million different ways for you to be able to ground yourself. Some of the most basic ones are, see, if you're sitting when you realize you're overwhelmed and you want to take this action, just like feel your body sink deeper into whatever you're sitting into. So if it's on the ground or on the chair or on the sofa, etc., do that. If you're walking, stop. That's a change. That's a stop. You just pause yourself and you drop an anchor into groundedness. If you are doing something, just pause. If you are already standing, heels in, dig your heels in a little deeper. It's like you're dropping an anchor into the center of the earth and you're anchoring yourself to stabilize yourself, right? And this act of physical stability is going to create a space, a pattern disrupt in your emotions to be able to stop. So this will help you to stop that emotional dysregulation and overdrive that you're into and drop that anchor and feel more grounded. Now, obviously, I've told you a few ways to ground. One of my favorite ways to actually do it is something called the STOP method, in which each of the letters is an acronym. So stop, the first S is actually to stop, like to actually pause whatever you are doing. The next step, T, is to take a deep breath. And you take like a systematic breath here. So you take a very deep breath for the count of 4. And then you breathe out to the count of 8 with your mouth open. So let me show you what that would look like. So I will breathe in to the count of 4 and breathe out with my mouth to the count of 8. Okay, so let's begin. So I stopped, I took the breath in for 4 counts and I took the breath out for 8 counts. That's the T, take the breath. After you've taken that breath out for 8 counts, you just observe. You can do that with your eyes closed or you can just focus on something within the room at your eyesight. Just point at anything and just look at something. Observe, feel your body, feel your mind, feel where you are, feel your presence. And the P stands for proceed. So with that, we will proceed to our step number 2. Step number 2 is to dump it out. Now, your brain is not supposed to be the place where you stack everything, all those plates, all those asks, all those emotions, everything. Neither is your body, by the way. It's not a dustbin. You're not supposed to keep all of that inside your head. So what I need you to do is to take out a pen and a paper. If you write things, write. If you draw things, draw. If you scribble or just do nothing, just move your pen in random doodles. I need you to get that out of your mind. For me personally, what helps the most is to make that to-do list, to just list down everything that's in my mind onto the paper, because my brain is not a list. My brain is supposed to have ideas and space to work things out. It's not supposed to remember my tasks. I need to put them in calendars or not. Now, if it is task-based overwhelm, you put all those tasks aside. But in all probability, is not a task-based overwhelm. It's more about your emotions about those tasks. So once you have written down what the actual task is, the next step is for you to start exploring what you're feeling around it. Do you feel you don't have these skills? Do you feel like you are overwhelmed because you're jealous, you're angry, you're not supported, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to do? Just write whatever's coming to do. For initially, you won't be able to label what's coming to you, but eventually you will find a space which will help you come to a label which works for you. Now, once you've assigned that label, that particular emotion, I want you to go a step deeper. One step deeper, just to understand that emotion a little more, just to try to find the source of it, if you can. If you are able to identify that one step deeper, you will be able to not fall into this situation again, because then we can go deeper and look at what the actual root cause of that problem is, so that it doesn't repeat again in your life.
And that brings us to step number 3.
Step number 3, and that's my favorite step, is to decide your move. It's where you take the charge back to decide what is it that you want to do, right? You've dropped the anchor, you're grounded, you're regulated, and now you've dumped it all out of your brain. So your brain has space. It can think. You can trust yourself and your decision abilities again, and you can decide. Now, what do you need to decide? First, you need to decide all the things that are causing you overwhelm. Are they worth it? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. If they're not, what is making you feel like it is worth your attention? What was it? What was it that was causing you all this overwhelm? What was making you think so much about it? Obviously, there was a root cause about it. And decide what you want to do about it, right? If it was worth all this problem, what can you do about it? What is within your control? What is out of your control? And for the things that are in your control, which are within the sphere of things that you can manage to have some control over, what would you like to do? And to do those things, do you have what needs to be done? Do you don't have what needs to be done? You can refer to my last video, which is on how to overcome laziness, might help you a little bit here as well. So I'll kind of put it in the links below, in the tags below, so that you can refer to it for some more insights as well. But basically what we are trying to do here is to get you to be in a responsive space rather than a reactive space, taking charge of what you want to do, decide what you want to do, and not be ruled by your emotions. Manage your emotions in a way that allow you to take that aligned action and not be ruled by overthinking or overwhelm. That helps no one, not you or the people that you're trying to help. So what are we going to do? What are the 3 steps? First, you drop the anchor, you ground yourself. Second is you dump it out. You put it on a piece of paper, on a email, on your notepad, on your laptop, phone, to-do notes, whatever. Okay. What is the third step then? Then you decide what you want to do. Once you've broken it down, once it's out of your brain, it's not charged with emotion. What do you actually want to do? Do you even want to do or not want to do? Is it a you problem or is it a them problem? Right? So once you do all of these 3 steps, I am completely sure that you will be able to overcome your overthinking problem. Okay? Do let me know if any of this was helpful to you. Do let me know if you are able to follow any of these 3 steps. How do you use it? What problems have they helped you overcome? And make sure to tune back again next week for my next video. And if anything that I shared here today helped you in any kind of way, it made you smile, it made you think a little deeper about your problems, or it made you, move a step closer towards solving it, please do let me know. Do like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you like this video, do share it as well. Thank you so much and see you next week.